Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Crappy Design. You know what the most crappy design is? An appendix. You don't need it. Why is it in your body? That's pretty crappy design if you ask me. Let's start off with number 19. Wow, this looks dangerous. That is a very interesting kitchen layout. Hey, let me just quickly take this thing out of the oven, and maybe I just want to put it in the fridge so it cools off quick. I'm just going to quickly back out. I'm going to back out the tray from the oven, turning around towards the oh God! My face is now burned by the flaming hot baking sheet that has just fallen on it as I fall back and smack my head against the wall behind me and proceed to have a very bad time and hopefully survive, but have a very, very bad time. The font on this beer makes it difficult to read the alcohol percentage. OSL alc 7.8% by volume. I'm assuming that's a 7. It's not a great font, but it's kind of readable. But if you're drunk, I guess you might have a more difficult time reading it in the heat of the drunken moment. You might be like, heck yeah, it's 78% alcohol by volume. This is going to be that good stuff. And then maybe you're like, I can't even taste this at all. It's definitely 7.8, but it's European, so there's a comma instead of like a decimal. Maybe it's not European. I know a lot of places that just in general do the commas instead of the dots and stuff like that. That's pretty big alcohol percent per beer, but not that much in the whole grand scheme of things. So this Latvian political party logo looks like a man punching the head off a woman as they're children watching horror. I still am not allowed to laugh. Just FYI, it hurts because of the crappy design of the appendix. So I'm not allowed to. I can't laugh. It's not okay. It does look a little bit like they are fighting and heads are rolling. What is it actually supposed like T? It's supposed to be like AAA. And then another T, but with a dot over it. Powerful hit. It really is. Don't worry, nobody will ever need to put anything flat on this table. That is a large image, much larger than I thought. Why is there just like a leather strap coming through the table? Is this to help carry the table? In all my years of ever moving tables, never have I thought to myself, you know what, it would have been a lot easier to move this table if I had a leather strap coming out of the middle of it. I've always just, either grabbed it by the edges or had someone help, and then we both grab it by the edges depending upon how big the table is. But I've never thought about, it'd be really great if I could carry it from the middle with a leather strap when it has edges that I can get underneath with my hands that are right nearby. And then also it interferes with your area of, putting things on the table, which is generally what you do with tables is you put things on them, generally. Weird idea. This is one of those, the concept's been around for a while and it hasn't really changed because it usually works. When the graphic designer has no idea how graphs actually work. See the weight come off week by week. Your weight, your mood. Studies show that losing weight improves your mood. Wait. Hold on. So, wait. My weight is on the... I don't understand actually. So if my weight is on the vertical, that means that as I lose weight, I get, if my mood is on the horizontal. Wait, what? How are we doing this? So I lose weight, and then but you have 2 points here on the. It can't overlap. This is a skate parkage. What it's saying is your mood can just be anything at any weight. Your mood can be anything at any weight. I think. Is that what it's I don't. This graph doesn't really work. I don't think. No, because when you're skinny, you're middle mooded. That's what it is. Okay, if you're skinny, your mood is in the middle. But if you are large, you could be either very happy or very sad. But you can't be in the middle. You can only be on the very extreme ends of the spectrum. But when you lose weight, you will be kind of just mid-tier. So what? How did you put that graph together and go, yeah, this is fine? You need a specific angle to be able to read it. Huh. Okay. It's kind of like a cool effect. How did they achieve that? Like not there's probably like a cool application of doing something like this. Text isn't it. Generally, when there is text, unless you're in an escape room, you want to be able to read it. So I'm not sure the intent here, but it is kind of a cool effect for maybe having like, you can see one image from one direction and another image from the other, although obviously there are other technologies that can be used to do things like that. Have a chart. Have a chart. Have a chart made. We can make one for you here inside of this store, as well as Whirlygigs for $35. You know, I've never actually thought of given the word whirligig, I never then went, if I wanted to buy a whirligig, how expensive would said whirligig be? But if someone said, what do you think the price of a whirligig would be? And I didn't have a photo in front of me, I would guess $4, not $34.95. It seems, just given what I initially think of as a whirligig, $34.95 seems a lot, but at the same time, I'm assuming these are whirlygigs here, and they're actually like a sculpture made out of wood, so it's a little bit more understandable. But when I think of whirligig, I would just think of, you know, one of those kind of plastic little fan spinner things that might spin in the wind. But I guess that's not what it is. But it's whirlygigs. You can have a chart made with your whirligig, I guess. Too bad the boat isn't shaped like any of the letters. I mean, yeah, they could put it at the A. They had options here, and they went for the one that made a little slightly less sense. But all at the same time, maybe they were thinking, okay, this is it. What if you're in the middle of a storm and you got to bring the masts in, and then you just have the big pole? Then it would actually kind of work. It would be just a vertical line. I'd have a base to it. It'd be more like an upside down T. But yeah, maybe they. Honestly, I think the correct choice would have been for it to be the L. Clearly, this has not stopped anyone from buying it, though, because it's out of stock. So you know what? It's sold out. Can you really knock them if it worked? I don't know. I feel like that's basically them just laughing in our faces. Yeah, okay, you're going to comment about it? We sold out the stock, so all right, go buy. A Florida Police Department social media video. God, I can't. I can't laugh. I can't laugh. God dang it, man. Hey, by the way, YouTube. It says traffic unit and nothing else. I do just want to say there is a chance this is a still frame from the middle of an animation of the text spreading across the screen, where this only really happens when it's paused at a set of like 1 to 5 frames, and otherwise no one would, like, it only works as a still image. It is funny as a still image. God damn it, I'm my stomach. God, why do you have to be funny? But it might in video form really not represent this at all. Oh, man. I'm leaving. I'm leaving before I give myself more pain. The hidden danger of a pineapple lamp. Dude, is that like metal or ceramic? Just around the place where you're like, just waking up, or it's in a hotel. Bro, is it in a hotel? I swear, where you have no idea what you're reaching for or where anything is, and you just impale yourself trying to turn the light on or off. That's dangerous design. Good God. This toilet at the hotel I went to. So, what happens if there's ever a problem with this toilet? What do you do? What do you... God, this is literal crappy design, by the way. What a great subreddit. Honestly, how do you fix it? The answer is you don't. How do they even get it over the wax seal? Because like the wax seal has a little lip to it. Usually you have to get, like, the toilet requires a little elevation to get over the wax seal. How did they even do that? Did they put the toilet in and then install the countertop over it? They can't have put the toilet in first and then put the countertop over the toilet. They can't. There's no, they didn't do that. Tell me that this is a photo of like a prank. This is like a fresh toilet, and that is actually not caulking down there. That's just like a piece of fabric cut in the outline shape of a toilet. It's like a pad so that they don't have like the toilet cracking before it gets put on top of the seal. Like maybe that's a pad down there. They have the toilet sitting on the pad. They slid it underneath the sink, and they're like, this will be a haha funny. We'll make people think it's actually installed under the sink, and people lose their goddamn minds about how stupid. Probably the same installer who worked on my deck that I told in an extended, excruciating, detailed story in the parkour video that will go up probably also today. But yeah, anyway. They need a new sink pipe. I'm assuming that's I think a cover around the pipe. That's not the pipe itself. That's a cloth cover around it to try to make it more aesthetic. So I don't necessarily think that's a problem. But yeah, that's interesting. An overhead bridge with a sharp 120-degree turn. Wait, zoom in? Are you guys here? I mean, it is like, it does seem to go a little crooked, which is weird, but I don't like, that is a cloth cover. It's not the pipe. Yeah. An overhead bridge with a sharp 120-degree turn. Like for cars? Is that a bridge for cars? If it's a bridge for walking, like that's one thing, pedestrians, bikes. If that's a bridge for cars, that does seem like a pretty abrupt corner. But maybe people are going like really there is a car on it, to be fair. It is true, but it's just not very busy. So, like, the car clearly belongs to the people operating the drone, because the car is parked in the middle of the road and the door is open. So I'm fairly certain that's the drone people that's their car. I don't know if that is a tarp covering a dead car crime scene. Not sure entirely what's going on there. So I don't have enough information to confirm for sure this is a highly trafficked road. Indications say not necessarily, but if it was, it would not be good. This new boardwalk sign in Ocean City, Maryland. So it says boardwalk from each side, but you can also see each side from each side. So you can't really read it. Hey, on the plus side, A is both the third and the third from last letter. So you can see the A's. And then you can see that it's the Green Lantern. So it kind of works a little bit. Tiny toilet signs with minimal differentiation in a busy sports stadium. Yeah. What's the oh, it's a ponytail. I thought they were like sneezing, which I'm so happy I have not actually done a single sneeze since I had my appendix taken out, because I bet that would hurt, especially if I couldn't grab a pillow and bring it close to my abdomen. But yeah, I was like, what is oh, ponytail. Yeah. Or eating a chip. A leaf just happens to be falling next to her, and or munching. It's actually an image of Kara eating a lemon, as Kara does, or a bird on the shoulder, maybe a Disney princess. So if you're drunk at a sports game, I feel like there is a higher odds of the woman walking into the men's than the men. Like most men would probably see that and be like, I don't think that's the men's bathroom. I think women might see that and be like, yeah, that's probably the bathroom. So that's probably how it would go. The decorative lettering around the edge of this poster completely changes the meaning of intelligent. Determined. Yes, I can. Successful. Learner. Empowered. Excellent, because we don't have anything other than xylophone or X-ray. Intelligent. Ambitious. I don't know, is it like a word search around the outside? It feels like the lettering Oh, I didn't even see it. You know what? It's an innocent mistake. Unintelligent. Excellent. Yeah, I like excellent. Spem powered. F yes I can. You better believe it. Yeah, ambitious. Well, it's turned to the side, so it's like yes of a shoo-in, but I like excellent and spem powered. Those are my CS determined. Captain Sparkles is very determined right now to not die of back pain. This electric chopper with no blade or safety lock. Get some sound here. Oh, I was like, okay, I'm not seeing a blade, and then okay. A little choppy. However, you take it off and you can do a little. Jesus. That's a little terrifying. I probably just might not use that anymore after buying it. He's like, man, this seems really good for $5 on Amazon from a company whose name I've never heard of and can't pronounce. And I wonder if the reviews are like 10 out of 10 would cut my fingers off again. I couldn't even tell that I cut my fingers because it blended right in with the tomatoes. Been stuck sitting in this horrid chair all afternoon. It looks almost like a bit of an optical illusion. Almost. I mean, I feel like having the bar maybe in the middle isn't just, I don't know, man. it's like, if you're sitting on a metal chair outside, it's generally not going to be super comfy anyway. You're better off treating it like a stool and just sitting towards the front of it rather than like sitting towards the back and then your butt is kind of cantilevered off the triangle, getting pushed in by the edges of it and getting your butt's getting, you know, a second and third crease. And then, you know, you got this kind of pushing into your back. That chair would not be good for my back at this very moment. Even my good chair is hurting my back. I can't flex my abs, guys. I mix up the buttons for changing brightness on my laptop pretty much every time I want to use them. Why would you do that? That, I would say, did they just do the wrong buttons? But no, F3, F4, F5. Otherwise, it'd be like, they just put this in the wrong place, right? But no, your F4 where you be F4, F3, F5. To be fair, you could swap the keycaps. Because who really looks at the F number for many things? You kind of just like know the position of it. So, yeah, you could just swap the keycaps. Or alternatively, you could do a little bit of DIY. And you could go and fill in this and paint this with black. And then problem solved. There are ways, it is stupid, but there are easy ways to fix it. Or you swap the keycaps and then change the 3 and the 4. I don't know. Many cool things that could be done. It's supposed to be a floral pattern, but it looks like bruises. I can't tell if it's like there is a pattern that's underneath and it's being covered up by leggings or something like that. Looks like my freaking arm right now. Looks like my freaking abdomen with all the bruisation from my appendix being removed. Actually, not quite. I'm not like dark bright. It's more of like a yellowy, slightly less dramatic than that. But like, why is it so subtle? Why not go vibrant colors or just have the outline stuff? Why does it look like they tried to do some coloration and then just gave up in the middle of it? Because it doesn't even seem like the coloration really fits the outlines of what's on the leggings themselves. It's just no effort was made. You can't like half measure the coloration under the outline. It's weird. Anyway, that's it for the last month of Crappy Design. I hope you've enjoyed. And now we, being appendixless, are slightly less crappy designed ourselves. Isn't that nice? Like the video and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.